What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, today the crash has started. Everything is going to zero. You need to sell now. Put your money somewhere else like Labubu's. I don't know, maybe back into Beanie Babies. I know that hasn't been moving too much in the past 25 years, but I think it's time for Beanie. I'm just kidding, guys. Like, honestly, we're going to take a look at some auctions because things are still going ridiculous. And I don't know how much longer this can go on for, but a lot of you guys, like myself, enjoy looking at these auctions and buy it nows that just continue to happen. So we'll take a look at some interesting ones, just sealed today, no slabs. But I do also want to touch on some of these alt art sets. I did say I was going to do kind of like a midweek update for some of them. So when I did the update on Wednesday, I talked a little bit about Chilling Rain and Brilliant Stars and these having like very high sell-through rates for like the final day of kind of that update. There was 12 sales for both Brilliant Stars and Chilling Rain on the Tuesday. So I figured we'd look at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday just to see what was happening to the sell-through rate. I didn't go through and see how many boxes were listed, but based on sales, Buy It Now North America, you can see here only 8 boxes of Brilliant Stars sold. I think there was actually 9 and one just wasn't getting picked up because it was in like a lot of 4 or 5 boxes and it just wasn't titled properly. But either way, I mean, 8 or 9, that would be an average of 2.67 to 3 boxes, which is quite low. Definitely not close to the 12 we had on the Tuesday. Chilling Rain, 21 boxes sold. That's an average of 7. That's actually very high. Obviously, it's not as high as like 12 average per day that we saw on the Tuesday, but Chilling Rain doing decent. If you go to TCG Player, this is actually up to about $477 now. And I think there are sales like right at $500 on this box. However, when we go to Brilliant Stars, you can see it's around $436 on the graph. And then you have sales around $450-ish. So at this point, kind of seems like Chilling Rain is pulling away from Brilliant Stars, which to me kind of makes sense, honestly. I know some people will say that Chilling Rain doesn't really have a popular Pokemon or chase card. I disagree with that. Obviously, Blaziken's not like a super popular Pokemon in comparison to some of the evolutions, Pikachu, etc. But that card is still a decent chase. You also have that Moltres that I think a lot of people like. And then outside of that, you don't have anything crazy, but you have a lot of decent depth cards. You have the Galarian Slowpoke, you have the Gold Snorlax, you have Zapdos, Articuno, a couple other characters. So it's not surprising to me. And when you look at like the values of the top 3, 5, and 10 cards, it really is up there from the Sword and Shield era. So Chilling Rain around $500, and then Lost Origin Fusion I threw in as well just because I was curious. Lost Origin average of 5 sales per day over the past 3 days. Fusion 3.67 boxes. That's kind of in line with what we were seeing. I think Lost Origin was actually the highest last time we did the update. So this number is a little bit lower than what we tracked over the previous 7 days from the Wednesday update, but that's still decently high for a Sword and Shield set, especially that's now pushing $700 on TCG Player. I know the graph says $655, but when you come in here and look, most recent sale, $700, before that, $713, and those are from today, all 3 of those sales. So looking pretty good for Lost Origin. Then Fusion Strike, I mean, this is getting close to $900 at this point. You can see here, most recent sale from today on TCG Player, $899 approximately, and then $863. And if you go to eBay, it's looking the same. I mean, there was actually like a best offer taking on $1,000 box. So clearly these sets are still moving up. And I think once we get to the update next Wednesday, we'll probably see the sell-through rate come down a little bit, but I think the box prices will still be moving up, even for like Brilliant Stars and definitely Chilling Rain at this point. That will continue to move towards $525. Now, getting into some of these auctions, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but a lot of these sets from older eras are just continuing to move up. Primal Clash, we have an auction here that sold for $3,050. I think the last time we did an update in the spreadsheet was like $2,500, $2,300, something like that. So continuing to move higher there. And this was from a fairly small seller, 84 feedback, not the best photos. So, you know, I could imagine seeing a box like this in better condition with better photos going for maybe even $3,200 or higher on auction. Here we have a case of Silver Tempest sold for $3,111. If you divide that by 6, you're getting an average sale price per box of over $500 for Silver Tempest in a sealed case. I know There aren't as many sealed cases of silver as I think some other sets, but this is still a quite surprising premium for a sealed case, considering that, I don't know, a loose box is still like $380, $400, something like that. Next up, we have a case, or excuse me, a box of Unified Minds in an acrylic case. This sold for $3,200 or best offer. I threw it into 130 point. It sold for $3,200. And the last time we did a Sun and Moon update, only like last week, I think, the average sale price was $2,500 on Unified Minds. This is a lot higher than that, obviously, and it's kind of pulling away from Unbroken Bonds at this point is Unified Minds. So next up, we have a Breakpoint, or Breakthrough rather, XY booster box, $3,500 or best offer. You guys remember for the longest time, Breakthrough, Breakpoint, these were like, I don't know, $700, $800 boxes. There's nothing super crazy in terms of chase cards in these, but this sold for $3,200. And I know it's in pretty decent condition. The box isn't in bad shape at all, but still, it's crazy to me that boxes like this are going up, I don't know, like 4 or 5x over the past 12 months. That is wild in my eyes. Now, we also have a sealed case of 151 Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. This sold for $3,700 USD. So that comes out to $925, I believe, per ETB inside. I think the like loose price of an ETB as well is fairly close to $900 at this point. So not a huge premium on this sale for a sealed case of the 151 ETBs. Kind of surprising. I would expect, where considering where the loose PCTBs are, that these cases would be going over $4,000 at this point, but maybe someone got a little bit of a deal here. Next up, we have a box of Black and White Emerging Powers. This sold on auction, 2 bids for $4,000 USD. Box looks like it's in very good shape. Again, not the best photos. They're kind of like far out. You could have zoomed in or whatever. It's a fairly small seller as well. So I imagine, if Probstein threw a box up like this, it'd probably go for $4,500, $5,000, something like that. After that, we have a PSA 9. This is a first edition Shadowless booster pack, Venusaur artwork. This sold for $5,730 or best offer. In 130 point, it looks like it was $4,870. That was the best offer taken there. After that, we have a lot of 2 Evolving Skies booster boxes through Probstein. $5,100 USD. That's a $2,550 average on these 2 boxes. And they also don't look like they're in perfect condition. I mean, they look pretty solid, but it almost looks like there's a crease on the front of this booster box. And they only have these flimsy little plastic cases, not hard acrylic cases. And really, considering where things are going, I think Evolving Skies is going to hit 3K by the end of the year. I really do. It seems like nothing is going to stop it. Honestly, I'm sure there's some bull out there that is going to justify Evolving Skies getting to like $4,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if it would go that crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point if we see sales of Evolving Skies at 3K by the end of 2025. After that, we have a box of Flashfire. I'm pretty sure I showed this on the channel earlier this week, $8,500, but for you guys who didn't see it, huge sale there on Flashfire. The box is in very good shape. It has a hard acrylic case as well, so that's looking good there. After that, Team Up, and this is going to be kind of a record sale for Team Up. This is a huge deal. Not this one specifically, but $9,200 here on auction. I just wanted to show all of these. We had another auction go through Probstein, $9,277. And then after that, I think there was a sale of Evolving Skies sleeved booster packs. I'm pretty sure I was going in order here based on price of all the sales, but $9,533 there. I think when you divide by 144, this is like a $66, $62, something like that, average for sleeve booster packs of Evolving Skies inside the case, which is very high. But this is the sale I wanted to get to. So Team Up box here with a hard acrylic case. And if you guys remember, back maybe like a month or so, I said that I would not be surprised if we saw a $10,000 sale of a minty Team Up box with an acrylic case by the end of 2025. This is a minty box with an acrylic case, and this was $11,000 or best offer. I put it into 130 point, $10,000 sale on Team Up. This is absolutely the highest sale we have seen on this box to date. I'm pretty sure maybe there was a higher one in Europe that I haven't seen, but in North America, at least, this is the highest sale we've seen on a Team Up box on eBay. Massive, massive sale. This is going to probably be a benchmark at this point. And I'm not saying that you should invest in Team Up at this point, because I think at like $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000 earlier this year, it made a lot more sense to me. At 10,000, I really don't know if this is the best place to put your money at this point. I was very confident a few months ago in Team Up, in Evolving Skies when they were cheaper. I'm still very confident in Evolving Skies, but Team Up at $10,000 at this point, I don't know if my confidence is as high as it was a few months ago that you should be putting your money here. I'm sure if you have very deep pockets and you want to buy one for your collection, you're going to do all right in the long term, 5 to 10 years from now. But for the average person, this box is getting out of reach at this point. And then the final sale, speaking of being out of reach, Phantom Forces booster box here, Probstein. There was an auction, $12,700. Another fairly good condition box here, no acrylic case. Just a huge sale on Phantom Forces to close out the video. And to talk seriously about what I said in the opening few sentences about a crash coming and everything going to zero, guys, it really is a complicated subject. I have no way of proving this, but based on some people I've talked to and what I believe to be happening, I think a lot of these older boxes that are now in the high four, 5-digit per booster box range, I think a lot of these are going to new investors in the hobby that have very deep pockets. And the thing about Pokemon compared to something like a crypto or a stock is that liquidity is much lower. It's very difficult for a rug pull to happen in a split second. So even if we were going to see a correction or a crash, there would probably be signs that will pick up, and we're just not seeing anything like that right now. And that really is like the hard bear case. I mean, the bullish case that you could bring up is that a lot of these boxes are going to people with very deep pockets. They absolutely do not need the money. They don't give a shit what happens to these boxes over the next like 10, 20 years. You know, they're probably like a very small percentage of a balanced portfolio in collectibles and stocks, etc. And they could, in theory, go higher, right? I know a lot of you guys do play CS, or you understand what CS is in the skin market. I mean, back in 2014, 2015, you could have bought Karambits, like some pretty decent factory new ones for like $500, $1,000. And those went from $1,000 to $10,000 to $15,000, then to $20,000. People all the way up thought that everything was a crash, it was a bubble. I mean, you have emeralds now that are what, like $30,000? $40,000, right? If they have very low floats. And all of that discussion ignores rip and ship culture, which is just constantly going through supply that we have, especially for these older sets. Like basically every night I've been tuning into Wenzel TCG on YouTube. They've actually basically just cracked the algorithm. I'm contemplating making a video about what they're doing because it's insane. I'm pretty sure we're going to see more creators show up on YouTube rip and ships in the short form sense, right? Because they only do vertical formats. I'm pretty sure they're showing up in the shorts feed somehow, and there's going to be more people doing that. But they constantly have like 800 to 1,000 people watching basically every single night at this point. They're going through boxes of whatever, sleeved packs, actual booster boxes, ETBs, PCTBs. And again, that's just one person. Like if you do a broad search of all the rip and ship channels and how much they're going through, and you talk to people who do rip and ships and you look at their numbers, it becomes very difficult to just blindly say that we're in a bubble and everything's going to crash and that everything's overpriced and everyone's hoarding product, because it just doesn't make sense. It really does not make sense. And again, like most things in life, the truth and the reality is probably somewhere in the middle of both sides, between the bearish sentiment and the bullish sentiment on the hobby. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to criticize me and just say that I'm fence sitting, but honestly, I really just don't care at this point what happens. I mean, I've been slowly selling off some of my product over the past 6 months or so. I still have a decent amount of my Sword and Shield, and I'm grateful enough to be in a position in my life right now where I don't need the money from my Pokemon investments at all. Even if everything crashed like 50, 60%, I would be absolutely fine. So for me, it's something that I'm prepared to deal with if the time comes. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm more than likely not going to be uploading a video tomorrow at all, but we'll be back on Monday with the SV Era Booster Box update. With all that said, I hope you're having a great weekend. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.